If you're looking at moving to Kenosha from Illinois and you want to know exactly what your money gets you, I just pulled a list of homes that sold in the last 30 days, all right around $400,000. I'm going to walk you through every single one of them right now. Real homes, real numbers, no fluff. I'm Chad Scott, a real estate agent right here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. People call me the mayor of Kenosha, and if you're thinking about making a move up here from the Illinois side, this is the kind of video that I wish existed when I was helping my first relocation clients. Before we dive in, I have a free Kenosha relocation guide linked in the description. It covers neighborhoods, taxes, commute times, all of it. Grab it now and keep it open while you watch. All right, let's get into it. All right, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I see when I am showing and looking for properties for buyers in this price point specifically and helping you guys find a property. So our first property that we're going to talk about is 9422 71st Street. It's in the Whitecaps neighborhood in the subdivision on the southwest side of Kenosha. This was listed at $349,900 and sold at $390,000. That's $40,000 over asking price. And it went under contract in just one day. Just one day on market, and they accepted an offer. That's how fast things are moving in this market right now. You have to be ready. You have to have that pre-approval in hand and know what you're looking for, because things are moving extremely fast still. So let me tell you what you get for that. You get 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, and just under 1,700 square feet, including a finished basement. And this house was built in 1991. You get a 2-car garage and a fenced-in yard and a deck out back. The taxes for this house was $4,508. And let's look at the pictures of this house. This house isn't too bad. Here's the outside of it. Nice front of it. This is the kitchen. Not a super updated kitchen, but not a bad kitchen. I mean, it's not granite or quartz countertops, but it's not bad. I would say probably builder grade. Counters aren't up, or cabinets aren't upgraded or anything like that. Floors look like they've been redone. You have LVP flooring there. You have the nice neutral whites that all the buyers like, so that they can repaint themselves and make it their own. Whites or creams or whatever color you want to call it. Then you have open-esque, open-ish. I mean, it's not really an open concept floor plan because the kitchen and dining room are closed off by walls. But, you know, when you're in the rooms feel a little bit bigger and more open. Nice size living room here. Those are the stairs going upstairs. Let's take a look at the bedrooms here. Here's one of the bedrooms. Closets are not huge, but I mean, this is just like a secondary bedroom. So it's not horrible for a secondary bedroom. That's just like a little twin-size bed, but it fits in this bedroom nicely. You could probably fit a full-size bed in here pretty well and still have enough room. This looks like it's probably the primary bedroom, because this probably goes back here to the primary bath and closet. This is the primary bathroom with the primary closet as well. This is the primary closet. It's a walk-in closet here. This is your basement with your washer and dryer. Finished basement here. A little rec room. Looks like they'll use it as like a workout room, and maybe they had a TV there. They do have a TV there. Look at that. So they do have an escape window here. So you could make it into a 4th bedroom if you want to. Put up some walls and a door. Looks like they made it like a little hobby room / office in the basement here. House number 2 is 3227 14th Place. This one's on the north side of Kenosha. It was listed at $419,000 and it's sold at $419,900. So essentially, asking price of what it sold for $900 above asking price, not too much more. It spent 4 days on market, as you can see right here. But here's what's interesting about this one. The first house was built in 1991. This one was built in 1977. But don't let that turn you off, because the photos in this one are really nice. It has original hardwood floors, a gas fireplace, a coffered ceiling in the family room, and built-ins all over the house. The character of this house, they just don't build houses like this anymore. And taxes for this house are $5,363. So as you can see, it photographs really nicely here on the outside. Look at this gorgeous living room here. They have the nice, I think it's like a calming gray, something like that. Everyday gray. This is kind of what most sellers go with. Kind of appeals to everybody. So they have newer windows here as well. Newer carpeting on the floor there. Kitchen looks really nice. Look at this gorgeous kitchen here. You have your white cabinets. You have a little island here. You have LVP hardwood floor here in the kitchen as well. The coffered ceiling here with recessed lighting. This kitchen is absolutely gorgeous for this price, and you can't find this really at this on the north side especially. Looks like they took real pride in this house before they put it on the market. What I really love about this house is the seating right here in the kitchen here. You could have your kids in here helping you cook. You could have friends and family over during the holidays helping you. Maybe just watching you. Who knows? Maybe they don't like to cook and they just like to watch you and have a conversation with you. The floating shelves here for the open concept cabinetry. Some people really love those kind of cabinets now. I know that they're starting to become really popular. The cabinets right here by the fireplace here, you can make them into bookshelves, storage for whatever else you may need. So they have a nice patio outside here. You have a little step down here into the living room. I'm sure I would trip over that constantly because I'm pretty clumsy a lot of days. These are the bedrooms here. Let's get over this one a little bit. This looks like a bigger bed here. I'm not sure if this is the primary or not. This looks like probably a secondary bedroom. Kids' bedroom, definitely right here. This is probably the guest bathroom. This one's probably the primary bathroom. Looks like it's a little bit of a bigger bathroom. Then you have your flex space down here in the basement with a pool table, and washer and dryer. And then they also set up a little office down here in the basement as well. That's where my office is too, is in the basement. Well, actually it's here in the kitchen as well. I have offices all over the place because, you know, sometimes you just need to get away from people. Then they have a nice little backyard here. Pavers, a nice little deck there. Deck actually looks really nice. A nice manicured backyard with a fence around it. And there you go. All right, our third property is 6712 100th Avenue. Takes us back to the Whitecaps subdivision. Now this one only spent 1 day on market as well. However, that is a little bit deceiving because this was a one-party listing. This was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath house as well. Or a little bit different than the first 2 houses. But as you can see here in the public remarks, one-party listing in MLS for stat/comp purposes only, which means that the sellers talked with the realtor and the realtor had a buyer for the house already, so they didn't even go to market. They didn't have to do showings or anything like that. Now, right now in our industry, in the real estate industry, there's a little bit of controversy between not really one-party listings, but between off-market listings. Some people think that off-market listings are a good thing for the industry, and some people think that they're a bad thing. Me personally, I think off-market listings should be a seller's choice. If a seller wants to sell their property off market for whatever reason. Maybe a seller just doesn't want to deal with showings. Maybe they want to sell their house really quickly to an investor and not have to deal with a bunch of people walking through their house because they are afraid of people or they don't want muddy shoes walking through the house. I think that should be a seller's choice. Now, the problem with selling it off market is that you almost always typically sell for less than what it's truly worth on the market. But you have to explain that to the sellers, and if the sellers are okay with that, then I think that's the seller's choice. Certain brokerages and certain realtors and certain people don't agree with that, and they think that every house that sells should be put on the MLS and every buyer should have a fair shot at it. Take with that what you think and make your own opinions, do your own research, and draw your own conclusions. This house is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, like I said. It is 2,425 square feet, and this was built in 2001. So relatively new, not super old house, newer house in the Whitecaps subdivision. And again, it has the HOA of $60 a year. Taxes in 2025 were $6,535. So this house, I believe, is the highest taxes that we're going to see out of the 4. So most of the taxes that we see are between like $4,500 and $6,500. So if you're coming from Illinois and you look at houses in this price range, you know what your taxes are in that price range. Wisconsin taxes compared to Illinois taxes are dramatically less, and you typically get more house than you do in Illinois. But let's look at the pictures and see what you get for this. Well, you only get one picture, so unfortunately you can't look at the inside of it. But this is what the house looks like on the inside. Nice looking house. For this house, you can probably assume that it looks pretty much like the house at $419,900. Probably looks pretty similar to the other one. Probably not too different. So let's go on to our last house. So our last house is 3402 40th Street. I included this one on purpose because it's completely different from the other 3. It is a brand new construction house built by Bear Construction. It was literally just built this year in 2026. It's so new that it doesn't even have a property taxes yet. They're assessing it based on the land value. But it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Let's see here. It has so far spent 40 days on market. However, that is deceptive because new construction almost always spends more days on market because it just takes time to build the house and finish it and complete it. Builders tend to put the house on the market as soon as they can to start driving that interest, and then they can continue building it. And buyers, they don't like to buy a house until they can actually see it completed or almost completed. So this house, I believe, is almost completed. These pictures may not be this specific house, but a house that's similar to it, like another floor plan. But this is the Savannah floor plan. It is 1,555 square feet. There's only 1 story, so a nice ranch house. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, like I said, on the main level. No stairs, except for going down to the basement. And everything is brand new. You have quartz countertops in the kitchen, stainless steel appliance package, 2x6 framing, low E windows, a full unfinished basement with a bathroom roof-in for future expansion, and a 2.5-car garage. There's $0 property taxes listed, but you can expect somewhere between that $4,500 and $6,500 property taxes based on the houses that we looked at already. So let's look at the pictures real quick. So as you can see, it looks really nice, and as you can see over here on the right, it's still in a developing community. So there's other houses being built right now. Bear is actually really good. They will landscape it still, and they will put in a driveway. They do that for pretty much all their new construction. They do the landscaping and they put in a driveway for you. Some new builders do not do that, so you have to check that fine print. But you have hardwood floor throughout the whole house here, it looks like. Nice open concept in this house. That nice neutral gray/white colors that really sells houses. The house is staged, as you can see. help it sell a little bit better. This looks like it's probably the primary bedroom here with its own bathroom right here. This is probably the primary bathroom right here with his and her sink. Twilight picture of how beautiful it looks in the sunset. Let me go back inside here. Here's another picture of the kitchen with the quartz countertops. Carpet in the bedrooms. This picture here shows you where your laundry hookup would be. This is on the main floor, so you'd have laundry on the first floor in the new construction house, which is really nice. I would love to have laundry on the first floor so I don't have to go up and down the stairs of the basement all the time. Then they have some pictures of the unfinished basement here, which you could finish, make it your own. And then pictures of the backyard, which they are going to landscape still. They probably won't put a deck or anything back here for you. So that's another thing that you could do on your own is build a deck, whether it's concrete or wood or whatever you want to do. But they will landscape it at least for you. Put grass in and stuff like that. Here's what I want you to take away from those 4 homes. At $400,000 in Kenosha, you're getting between 1,500 and 2,400 square feet, depending on whether or not you go new construction or resale. You're getting 2-car garages, finished basements for most of them, and property taxes that range from around $4,500 to $6,500 a year. If you're coming from Lake County, McHenry County, or the northern suburbs, you already know what $400,000 in a home costs you in property taxes. So you can do the math all by yourself. And the other thing that I want you to notice, 3 of the 4 homes sold in 1 to 4 days. This is not a slow market. If you find something that you like, you need to be ready to move on it. That's where I come in. When you're ready to get serious about making a move in this market, reach out. I work with Illinois relocators every single week. And I know how to get you into a home in this market without losing out. If you want the full picture before making any decisions, neighborhoods, school districts, commute times, what to expect during the buying process up here, download my free Kenosha relocation guide. The link is down in the description of the video below. And if you've got questions, even if you're just starting to think about this, and you're not ready to buy for another year or even more, send me a message. I'm here. That conversation costs you absolutely nothing, but it might save you lots of headaches later on down the road. I'm Chad Scott, and I'll see you in the next one.